But you can't have a Superman show without utilizing his iconic Rogues Gallery, which, yeah, this is the area that Superman the Animated Series arguably does better in some regards. Now, to the show's credit, they do have some solid villains. Having General Lane be one of the villains at the start was a great decision that highlights how the show done its homework while also further tying Lois into the story. And having Amanda Waller be a part of his cabal made perfect sense, as while she tends to be more often associated with Batman, it makes sense to have her be a villain in a Superman show, given how she's a character who seeks to protect the world from beings like him that she views as threats. Though the best villain of the series so far is definitely Brainiac, with him being even better than his animated series counterpart. I love how sadistic and callous of a character he is, with his twisted father-daughter relationship with Kara making him even more compelling. He also has one of the hardest lines in the show.
I ripped Krypton from the heavens and cast it into hell.
But excluding them, along with Lex, Mxyzptlk, and maybe Parasite, the rest of the villains range from okay to meh due to a variety of factors. For one, the show doesn't take the time to flesh most of them out, such as giving us their origin stories to help explain why they're even villains to begin with. Instead, they're just villains made for Superman to fight with only the barest bone understanding of their characters, as they either just want money, hate Superman, or both. Atomic Skull and Damage are two prominent examples of this, as they're introduced as Waller's newest weapons to use against Superman, with them having a hatred for him, but the show never gives us any kind of explanation as to why. It doesn't help matters that the secondary villains don't have many appearances in the show, thus we're robbed of seeing how their dynamic with Superman differs from the other, along with learning more about them. Season 2 reveals that Heatwave and Livewire are a couple, yet we have no context at all as to how they even began a relationship. The last we saw of Heatwave, she was escaping from Waller's facility with the rest of the villains from season 1, so the fact we didn't get to see how this happened makes me feel like we missed out on a pretty interesting story. There are also a few other gripes I have with the villains, such as how most of them are tech-based, with Livewire being the only proper meta-human so far. While I understand the thematic storytelling at play in which Clark finds himself fighting villains who are utilizing Kryptonian tech, having most of them use tech not only make the villains feel less diverse, but also doesn't do his Rogues Gallery justice.